Good morning. Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much for joining today. Let's go ahead and start in a comfortable seated position. So if you need to, please sit on a block, or you can always sit on a blanket. I really suggest that people sit on a blanket to just kind of let the hips come up. As the hips lift up, you can easily ease your knees down a little bit more towards the floor. So come up to a comfortable seat, please. So I'm going to use my block here. I'm going to sit on my block. You can sit cross-legged or however else is comfortable for you. Let your knees just drop down as if there's, trickling down towards the floor. And then lift your ears, lift your shoulders up to your ears and rotate them all the way back and down. Then turn your palms up on your thighs. Close your eyes. Allow the back of your neck to get long. The crown of your head reaching up towards the sky. And just begin to notice the sensations inside the body. Notice that if there's any tightness, and at the same time, can you begin to notice the places of spaciousness? So even though our attention goes directly to areas where it's tight, can you begin to notice where there's also space? And just have a sense of equanimity. There's no right or wrong, bad or good. Just notice what's happening inside. And give the same loving attention that you would to a good knee, for example, to the bad knee. So just kind of begin to think of your body as a whole, not into disintegrated parts, where one part is bad and the other part is good. And then take your awareness to your breath. Notice your natural inhalations and natural exhalations. And then see if you can begin to lengthen your breath. So as you inhale for a count of 4 or 5 or 6. It's entirely up to you. And as you exhale, can you exhale a little bit longer? So do a ratio of 1 to 2. If you're inhaling for 4 counts, can you exhale for 6 or 8 counts? Inhaling for 6 counts, can you exhale for longer, maybe 8 or 12 counts even? In other words, you are just extending and elongating your exhalation. So inhaling for 4 counts, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 8 counts, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And do this a few more times on your own. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then gently begin to open your eyes. Take your right hand to your right side. Inhale, reach the left arm all the way up and over and stretch out the left side. Just pause here for a moment. Maybe do big circles with that top arm, rotating it towards the back wall, nice and slow. And then rotating it towards the front wall. And take your arms overhead and stretch it out. Inhale, come back to the center. Bring your left hand next to your body. Reach the right arm all the way up. And just do nice or small circles with that right shoulder. Just a gentle way of opening into the shoulders. And then switch to the other side. Reverse the rotation. And then come all the way back to the center. Lift all the way up, lifting both arms up. Inhale. As you exhale, bend the elbows, draw the elbows down towards your rib cage. Lift the heart up. Inhaling, reach up. Maybe take your gaze up. Exhaling, take your elbows out to the side and open up your heart space. Inhaling, reach up. Exhaling, elbows out to the side and draw the elbows to your rib cage. One more time, inhaling, reach up. Exhale, elbows out to the side, and then this time pause here. Keep the elbows shoulder height, soften the shoulders away from the ears, and take your torso over to the left, and then come back to the center and take your torso over to the right. So notice that my hips are stable, my hips are not moving at all. You're just rotating from your thoracic spine. So you're not going that far into your twist. Inhale to the center, exhale to the right. Inhale to the center, exhale to the opposite direction. And a couple more times, and then you can begin to speed that up just a little bit. So your hips are stable, and all you're doing is twisting your thoracic spine. And 10, 9, 8, 7, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Next time you come to the center, pause here, bring your hands behind you, interlace the fingers, and then lift the heart up, soften the shoulders away from the ears, exhale, relax the hands, bring the hands in front, round the back. Pull the belly and round the back, drop the chin, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, lift the heart up, reach back behind you, lift the chest up, exhale, bring the hands in front, pull the belly in, round the back as you tuck the chin and tuck the tail. Inhaling, lifting the chest up, take your arms behind you, interlace the fingers. Exhale, pull the belly in, round the back, drop the chin to your chest and tuck the tailbone. Last one. Inhaling, reach back, lift the heart up. Exhale, bring the hands on top of your thigh, round the back, pull the belly in. And then come back to the center, whichever foot you have in front, but please put it in the back. So switch your feet. Might feel a little bit different, so just get your seat situated correctly. Your hands go on top of your thighs, rotate the shoulders all the way up to your ears and down the back. Turn the palms up, soften the back of the neck long, bring the chest to your chest and then chin to your chest, so integrate the chin. And then drop the chin down to your chest as the shoulders stay soft. Now take your chin to your left shoulder and then bring it back to the center. Take your chin to your right shoulder and bring it back to the center. It's almost like you're drawing a happy smile side to side from shoulder to shoulder. Bring the chin down. So all you're doing is just rotating the back of your neck, the scaly muscles stretching out to one side and stretching out to the other side. And a couple more times. And then gently come back to the center. Lift the head up just so that your chin is parallel to the floor. Take your left ear to your left shoulder. Come back to the center. And right ear to the right shoulder. Come back to the center. So make sure that the shoulder is not hiking up. Your shoulder is still soft. All you're doing is just gently dropping that ear to the same shoulder. And notice if there's a little tightness in one side of the neck or the other one. If you want to pause anywhere, feel free to do that. Pause on the left side and stretch out that right side a little bit more, you can. Nice. And then come back to the center. Your chin is parallel to the floor. And take your chin back. It's almost like you're doing a chicken, like imagine the chicken head, press your chin in. Imagine your chin is like a drawer, you're pressing it in, and then extend it forward. So don't extend it up, but extend it forward. So press it back and forward, back and forward, back and forward. When you're pressing it back, you're engaging the front of your throat muscles. And when you're thrusting forward, you're extending the back of your neck. So engage the muscles in front. These muscles tend to get really weak. And then extend it forward and back, engage the muscles, and then extend it forward. And a couple more times on your own. Back and extend. Make sure you're not lifting up, but going forward. Back and extend. And then come back to the center once again. Rotate the shoulders all the way up to your ears and all the way out. Take your arms out to the side. Turn the palms up. Inhale. As you exhale, like you have two big doorknobs on either side of your hands. Turn the doorknobs in. Internally rotate the shoulders. Inhale, lift the heart up. Notice how when you turn the palms up, the heart lifts naturally. Exhale. Turn the doorknob and internally rotate the shoulders. Inhale, external rotation of the shoulders. Exhale, internal rotation of the shoulders. And do this a few more times to really feel your shoulders moving in the shoulder socket. So this is so healthy for the health of all the stabilizer muscles in your shoulders to prevent your shoulders from dislocating. Inhaling, open the arms out. Exhaling, turn the doorknob in, internally rotate. Inhaling, lift the heart. Exhaling, internal rotation of the shoulders. Last one, inhale and exhale. And then this time as you come to the center, pause there, lift the arms all the way overhead. Inhale, exhale, bring your hands to the heart center. Samasti. Two more times, please. Inhaling, reach all the way out to the side and up. Exhale, bring your hands to the heart center. And one last time, inhaling, reach up. Exhaling, hands to the heart center. And then pause here for a moment. Slowly begin to bring your feet down on the floor and press yourself up to a standing Tadasana. So you can put your block or whatever you're using to the side, come up to standing. Take your toes in front, so your feet are hip width apart, toes and the knees are pointing straight ahead. As you inhale, reach the fingertips forward, turn the palms up, and then sit in your chair, lean your hips back behind you. And as you press through the bottom of your feet, come up to a standing, bring the arms down and lift the heart up. So notice I'm leaning back, inhaling, lifting the arms forward as you lean back. Exhale, push through the bottom of the feet and come up to standing to Tadasana. Okay, so let's do this a few more times. Inhaling, palms are up, shoulders are soft, sit into your chair. Exhale, press through the bottom of your feet and stand tall in Tadasana. Inhaling, lean back, reach forward. Exhaling, press through the bottom of both feet and stand tall. One more time, inhaling, reach forward, sit back. Exhaling, press into Tadasana. We're gonna add on to this. Inhaling, take it to your chair, sit back. Exhale, as you stand tall, shift your weight over to the right, bring your left knee to your chest. And then pause here for a moment. You can take your hands and interlace your fingers around the shin, draw that into your chest, rotate the ankle one way, and then rotate the ankle the opposite direction. Soften the shoulders, use the strength in your quad, in your biceps to draw that knee closer to your chest. And then take your left hand to your left shin and gently open that leg out to the side. Your right hand can stay on your right hip. Pause here for a moment. As you're ready, just begin to slowly see if you want to extend that leg. Inhale and exhale. Bend the knee. Bring the heel closer to your hip. Inhale and extend. If you need to use a chair here for balance or a wall, feel free to do that. Inhale and expand. And exhale and bend. One more time. Inhale. And exhale, bring that knee back to the center, draw the knee to your chest once again, and then slowly release that foot down. Inhale, reach forward, sit into your chair. Exhale, as you stand tall, stand in Tadasana, draw that right knee to your chest. Interlace the fingers around the shin and squeeze that knee in, compress the hips, soften the shoulders. Use your muscles in your biceps to draw that knee in a little bit closer. Inhale. Rotate the ankle one way. And then rotate the ankle the opposite direction. These asymmetrical movements are really good for establishing or determining where our imbalances are, right? So we all have a dominant side. And we want to be able to make it as equal as possible on both sides. It's never going to be 100%, but you do want to, one side is always easier than the other. Take your right leg out to the side. Your left hand can rest on your hip. Pause here. Remember, you can always use a wall or a chair for balance. Inhale. And as you're ready, exhale, slowly begin to extend that leg. So the leg doesn't have to come to 100% straight. All you're doing is flexing the foot and pressing the heel away. And as you do, you're stretching out the hamstring. You're extending the knee to stretch out the hamstring and using your quadricep at the same time. Inhale and exhale, press. One more time, inhale. Exhale, press. And then this time, as you come back to the center, bring your leg to your chest. Inhale, squeeze that knee in and slowly release the foot down. Take your feet a little bit wider apart than from each other. Turn your toes out. Bend the knees deep. Bring your hands to the top of your thighs. Inhale, lift the heart up. Exhale, pull the belly and round the back. So we're doing some cat-cows in this standing yogic squat. Inhale, lift the heart up. Exhale, pull the belly around the back and round the tailbone at the same time. Inhaling, lift. And exhaling, pull the belly. And last time, inhale, lift the heart up, send the tailbone back. Exhale, pull the belly around the back and then come up to standing. Separate your feet a little bit wider out to the side. Turn your left toes in, your right toes out. Take a nice deep inhalation, spread your wings, bend the right knee, and pause here in your warrior two pose. Inhale, reach the fingertips up, straighten the right knee. Exhale, bend the right knee, warrior two. Inhaling, press to the bottom of that right foot to straighten the knee. Exhaling into warrior two. Inhaling, reach up, pause. Exhaling, press into warrior two. Stay here. Inhale, turn the palms to the face the front. Reach back behind you, exalted warrior. Exhale, bring that right hand on the inside of the right foot, right knee, and press the back of your hand onto your knee as your knee presses into your hand. Reach the left arm up. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale, reach up, straighten the knee. Turn the right toes in, left toes out. Exhale, warrior two. Inhaling, straighten the left knee. Press the arms up, press the bottom of your heel down. Exhale, warrior two. Inhaling, reach up as you straighten the knee. Really push the earth away with that left foot. Exhale, warrior two. One more time. Inhaling, reach up. And exhale, warrior two. And then pause here. Take your left hand down, right arm reaches up. Bring the back of your left hand on the inside of that left foot and press it onto your left knee as your knee presses into your hand. And pause here. You can bend the knee if you want to go a little bit deeper. Inhale and exhale. Inhaling, reach up, straighten the knee, turn both, all toes in, both heels out. Bring your hands behind you, lift the heart up, press and lift the sternum up towards the sky and exhale. Just come forward halfway. So you're not going all the way down. Reach the fingertips forward, inhale and exhale. Inhaling, stand tall. Exhale, reach forward as you lean the hips back. Inhaling, keep the legs strong and press the heels down. Exhaling, reach forward. Press through the outside edges of both feet. So lifting through the inseam of both legs. Inhaling, lift, and exhaling, reach forward. And one more time, inhaling, lift up, and exhaling, reach forward, and then pause here. And as you pause here, soften the shoulders away from the ears, bend the knees a little bit deeper, take your arms behind you, take a nice deep breath in, and then as you exhale, bring your hands all the way down to the earth. Inhaling, lift the chest up. Exhaling, fold into your Pasarita Padottanasana. Turn the heels away from each other. You can keep the knees bent, but make sure that the legs are still strong, so they're not just hanging out there. We're really working the legs, stretching out the inner thighs, and have a sense of spiraling your inner thighs in towards each other and out towards the back. Lean forward just a little bit more. Walk your fingertips all the way forward, and then come up to this wide-legged downward facing dog. Press your hips all the way up as your hands press down on the floor. Drop your head down in between the biceps. Feel the nice stretch. You can keep the knees bent as much as you want to so that you can lift the sitting bones up towards the sky. Inhale. And exhale, walk your hands all the way back to the center. Bring your hands to your hips and come all the way to standing. Heel toe your feet towards each other. Come to standing in your Tadasana. Inhaling, reach up. Exhaling, fold, bend your knees and fold in half. Inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, step your left foot back, your right foot back, come to top of the push-up. Bring your knees down, your chest down, and your chin down, and inhale, lift up into Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. Inhaling, lift the right leg up behind you. Exhale, step the right foot in between the hands, spin the back foot flat, lift the arms up into warrior two. Inhale, reach back behind you. Exhale, circle your hands all the way back down. Pick up the left heel off the ground and rotate into revolve lunge. Inhale here. As you exhale, reach the right fingertips overhead towards the opposite wall. Maybe take your gaze to your right fingertips if it feels good on your neck. Inhale. And exhale, drop that left knee down to the floor. Bring your hands behind you. Bring your right fingertips behind you. Pick up the left foot off the ground. Really squeeze and energize that left hamstring. And just reach. So you don't have to reach for your foot. But I want you to feel like you're really squeezing that hamstring to bring your heel a little bit closer to your buttocks. Inhale here. Exhale, lower that right hand down. Pick up the left knee off the ground. Float the right leg up behind you, three-legged dog, and downward facing dog. Inhaling, left leg goes up. Exhale, step the left foot in between the hands and spin the back foot flat. Inhale, come up to warrior two. Exhale, reach back behind you into exalted warrior. Inhale here. As you exhale, circle your hands all the way back down to the floor. Pick up the right heel off the ground, revolve lunge, reach the left fingertips up towards the sky. Inhale, pause. Exhale, drop that right knee down to the floor. Take your arms behind you, bend that right knee and just reach for him. So don't try and grab him yet, but I want you to just reach for your heel or for your toes, really using the power in your hamstrings. Squeeze the hamstrings. Bring the heel a little bit closer to your chest, to your buttocks. Inhale, bring your hands all the way back down. Tuck your right toes under, float the left leg up behind you, three-legged dog, and downward facing dog. Inhale here. As you exhale, come to top of the push-up, bottom of the push-up, or drop your knees down, your chest down, your chin down. Inhale, lift up into cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, press back into downward facing dog. Inhale here. As you exhale, walk, jump, or float your feet to your hands. Inhaling halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhaling, fold forward, Uttanasana. Plant your hands all the way down. Your elbows become almost straight. So there's a slight flexion of the elbows, but I want you to really spread your fingertips apart from each other and press your hands down. Shift your weight over to the right, pick up the left toes and tap to the inside of your left wrist. Drop the left foot down, shift your weight over to the left and suck that right femur into the hip socket so you can pick up the right toes, right foot, and tap to the back of the right heel, the right wrist. Lower that down and just go side to side, just like that. So you're shifting your weight over to the right, pick up the left foot off the ground, really short, and you almost have to like suck that entire femur into the hip socket. And then tap behind that left wrist, lower it down, pick up the right foot, tap behind the right wrist and lower it down. One more time. Left heel comes up, tap, lower down. Right foot comes up, tap, and lower down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Drop the head down. You can sway your torso side to side. Take a nice deep breath in, exhale, and just keep the knees bent here. When you bend the knees, you're really allowing a slack for your hamstring. So you can really stretch out the low back and the entire spine. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands down, step your left foot back behind you, maybe 2 or 3 feet from your right foot. And turn the left toes out to the left just a little bit, making sure that the outside edge of that left heel, especially the heel, is planted, it's rooted down. Bring your hands and frame your hands, frame your right foot with your fingertips. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold into your pyramid pose. So in this pose, that right hip wants to move forward. Can you sculpt the right hip back? Keep that left leg nice and straight and strong. So you're energizing both legs. You're lifting up through the inner seam of both legs. And then you drop your head down. Keep moving the right hip back and up as the left hip moves forward and up. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, drop the back of the head down. Make the neck long. Pyramid pose. Parsvottanasana. And then come up halfway. Parsvottanasana. Step your left foot up. Step your right foot back behind you, about 2 or 3 feet away from your left foot. Turn the right toes out 45 degrees. Make sure the back of that heel, the right heel, is planted on the floor. Frame your left foot with your fingertips. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold over your left leg. So guide that left hip back and up, and your right hip forward. Left hip goes back and up as your right hip moves forward. And really press to the big mound of that left toe. And just drop your head down into your pyramid pose. Stretch out the back of the hamstring. back of the knee on that left leg. Take a nice deep breath in. Lengthen your head down towards the floor. Let the head go. Drop the head down completely. Inhale. And exhale. Such a good way of stretching out the hamstring. And then slowly come on back up. Step your right foot to meet the left. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, this time take your peace fingers to your big toes. You can cap the top of the big toes with your thumbs. Lift halfway up so your elbows become straight. And as you exhale, bend the knees and bend the elbows out to the side and drop the head down into Asta Paradustasana. Take a nice deep breath in and lean your weight forward, back. See how you feel a difference when you're shifting your hips forward or back. You can feel the stretch in the different parts of your leg. Inhale and exhale, and then release and gently begin to bend your knees and come all the way down into yogic squat. So here you can definitely use your block to sit on. This is a good way of practicing this pose. Take your block underneath your hips and sit on your block. Turn your toes out, your heels in. Bring your hands to your heart center. This is a really good way to just sit in this pose and stay here for a few moments so you can allow the hips and the ankles and the knees to open up. A lot of times people ask me, why my heels, their heels are coming off the ground and what's the best way to deal with that if you don't want to sit on the block. If you don't want to sit on the block and your heels are way off the ground, I would suggest that you just roll your mat just like this, and then place your heels on top of your mat. And or you can take a blanket and put that underneath your heels. And then bring your hands to your heart, wherever you are, whether you're on your block or on your blanket, just bring your hands to your heart center. Press your knees onto your triceps as your triceps press into the knees and lift the heart up. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. This is such a beautiful pose for power of elimination in your body and really physically stretching out the Achilles tendon, the ankles, the knees, the hips. It's one of those poses that I like to do just about every day. Inhale and exhale. And then gently begin to have a seat. Put your block to the side if you were sitting on a block. Sit tall, bring your hands and wrap your hamstrings, and you can externally rotate your hamstrings as you lift your heart up. Lean back and pick up your feet off the ground. Your shins can be parallel to the floor. Energize your legs. Maybe some of you can begin to straighten the legs, but if you do, make sure you're not rounding the back. So have the spine tall, lift the chest up. If you need to, you can always bring your hands behind you and rest your hands on the floor. Inhale, begin to come into your Navasana, both pose. Lift the toes up towards the sky. Maybe you want to reach the fingertips up into full boat. Take a nice deep breath in. Remember, it's better to have bent knees and lifted spine than rounded back and straight legs. So make sure the spine is lifted. Inhale. As you exhale, slowly come down to half boat or the Navasana. Inhale, come back into full boat, Navasana. Exhale into Ardha Navasana. Inhale into boat Navasana. Exhale, Ardha Navasana, half boat. Inhale into full boat Navasana. One more time on your own. Inhale and lift up, and last one. Lower down to Ardha Navasana and Navasana. Bend your knees, hook your big toes with your peace fingers, cap the top of your toes, extend the right leg out, bend the left knee towards your left armpit, and then bend the right knee towards your right armpit as you extend the left leg out. And go side to side just like this. Again, make sure the chest is lifted. Pull the belly and engage the core, and lift the spine tall. And go side to side just like this, almost like you have a bow and arrow in your hand, and you're aiming your bow and arrow to one side, and then aim your bow and arrow to the other side. So really aim for what you want. Reach that bow and arrow to whatever target you want to hit. And reach to the opposite side, and reach to the opposite side. And last one. Very nice. And then this time come back to the center. If you have your toes, lift the heart up and draw the legs a little bit closer to your chest. Take a nice deep breath in, and exhale, release the feet and come all the way down, nice and slow. Draw the knees to your chest, rock a little bit side to side on your low back. Bring that right foot down, left foot down, and then roll over to the side, and you're gonna come all the way on your belly. So as you come on your belly, stack your fingertips, bring your forehead to the top of your stacked fingertips, take your left knee out to the left like you are in tree pose on the left side. Some of you may just want to stay here. This is a lovely way of opening into that left hip. Some of you may want to extend that left leg out. If you still want a little bit more, you can come up to Sphinx pose. So come down on your elbows, press your forearms down, your hands down, and your left leg out to the side. If you still want a little bit more, you can put your hands flat on the floor and lift the chest up, but make sure there's not too much compression on that low back, on the lumbar spine. Take a nice deep breath in, exhale, and then lower all the way back down. Come back into crocodile pose with the legs straight. Then the opposite leg, the right knee, out to the center. I'm going to turn around here because I don't have much room on that side of my wall. So stack your fingers initially, bend that right knee, place your forehead down on the floor. Your right knee is like in tree pose, and your forehead is on your hands like crocodile pose. If you like a little bit more, you can straighten that right knee and stay here. If you like still a little bit more, you can come up to Sphinx pose. So draw the elbows in towards your rib cage. The elbows are directly underneath the shoulders. Lift the chest up. If you still want a little bit more, you can press the hands down and lift the chest up a little bit higher, but make sure your lumbar spine feels good. Take a nice deep breath in. Wherever you are, lower down. Bring that right foot back in. Come back into crocodile pose, and then come up to Sphinx pose. And as you come up to Sphinx pose, draw the elbows in, press through the forearms, press to the hands, especially the webbing in between the index finger and the thumb. Press the top of your feet down, and then draw your elbows towards your hips as the hips are drawing to your elbows. So create that traction on your mat as you lift the heart up and you shine the heart forward. Inhale and exhale. And one more time, please. Such a good way to stretch out the front side body. Exhale. Now tuck your toes under. Pick up the knees off the ground. Engage the core, pull the belly around the back, and lift the hips up into forearm plank. Pause here for a moment in your forearm plank. Bring your feet together so they're touching. Shift your weight over to the left, and then see if you can pick up the right hand and reach forward. Bring your right hand down. Shift your weight over to the right, and see if you can pick up the left fingertips and reach forward. And go side to side as much as you can, but eliminating the sway on your body. So try and keep your lower body the same as much as you can. As you reach the right fingertips forward, lower down. As you reach the left fingertips forward, lower down. Last one, each side. And then next time your left fingertips are down, your left arm is down, your left forearm is down, begin to take your left hand towards your right elbow and roll over to the side so you're in a side plank pose. Vashisthasana on your forearm. Reach the right fingertips up. Inhale. As you exhale, lower the left hip down. Inhale, lift the hips up. Exhale, lower the hips down. Inhale, lift the hips up, press the hips up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. And then switch sides, please. Then turn around so you can see me. So you're on your right forearm. Your forearm is perpendicular to your body. Your legs are nice and straight. Press through your hands, especially the webbing between the index finger and the thumb. Reach the left fingertips up as you lift the hips up. Inhale and exhale, lower the hips down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Keep the legs nice and energized. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 4 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 3 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Very nice. Bring your hands all the way down. Sit tall. Have a comfortable seat. Take your arms out to the side. Reach up. Inhale and exhale, lower. And then just do nice big rotations to make sure the shoulders are happy. After that exercise, you can just kind of sway your arms side to side, front and back. Shake the arms out. Do whatever it feels good on that shoulders, on the shoulders. And then go ahead and lay down back on your back, please. Take a nice deep breath in. Draw the knees to your chest. Take the right ankle on top of the left knee. Interlace the fingers behind the left hamstring. Draw the knee a little bit closer to your chest as the right knee pushes away from the body. Figure 4. Nice deep hip opener. Stay here for a moment. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, you can grab and cradle that right shin and extend the left leg straight. But make sure this feels good on your knees. So if you feel any kind of twinge or anything whatsoever, come back to full. If your left leg is straight, make sure it's nice and energized. So push the heel away and drop that left hip down to the floor. Inhale. And then gently release. Bringing the left ankle on top of the right knee. Draw that right knee towards your chest. Flex both feet to protect your knee. As you draw the right knee a little bit closer, press the left knee away from your shoulder. And you can stay here. This is a perfect place to stretch out that left hip. If you'd like a little bit more, you can always cradle that left leg and extend that right leg out and stretch out the left hip. Nice deep hip opener. Make sure the back of your neck is comfortable so you're not jutting up your chin towards the Sky, draw the chin in, integrate the chin, and just let that left hip open up nice and slow. Energize that right leg, please. Press the heel away from the hips. Now, gently come on back to the center, putting your right foot down, left foot down. Take your right knee on top of the left knee. Press through the bottom of that left foot as you shift your hips over to the right and come into a nice twist. If this doesn't feel good on your body, on your knees, just do whatever, any other twist that you like. So maybe you just like to stack your knees, or maybe you like to take the left ankle on top of the right. Whatever feels like you have the complete practice. Deep breath in. Gently come back to the center, unwind your legs. Take your left knee on top of the right knee. Press through the bottom of that right foot as you shift your hips over to the left and drop your left knees down to the right. Extend that left arm out to the left. Take your gaze wherever it feels good on your neck. So maybe some of you would like to take your gaze to your left fingertips. Maybe you just want to close your eyes or have your gaze up towards the ceiling. But just let your belly be soft and feel the breath flowing all the way to your belly. And then slowly come back to the center. Once again, draw the knees to your chest. Give yourself a big hug. And as you're ready, come into your final pose, Shavasana. And we're just going to stay here for a few moments. So I want you to get really, really comfortable. If you like to go against the wall with your legs against the wall, feel free to do that. If you want to put a blanket under your head or a rolled up blanket under your knees, feel free to do that. Let the feet be wider than your hips. Let the arms rest comfortably next to your body. Palms are open. Let the back of your head rest comfortably on the floor. Let the eyes sink into the socket. The tongue is heavy. Let the forehead be smooth. The cheeks are soft. Jaws are soft. You just work your body in every direction. You work your spine in every direction. Just allow yourself this few moments to rest. Feel free to rest here for as long as you like to. I'm going to invite you to stay for 5 or 10 minutes if you have the time. And just come out on your own time. I'm going to sign off for right now, but remember to turn your clock forward this Sunday. And I will see you next week. Thank you for joining. Please stay in your Shavasana for as long as you like to. Namaste.